Welcome to the Caddo Convos, the podcast that explores the vibrant community of businesses thriving in Caddo Office Reimagined. We're here to shine a light on the incredible entrepreneurs and professionals who make the most of our private offices, co-working spaces, and day office rentals in the Dallas-Fort Worth suburbs. Join us as we share their stories, celebrate their successes, and dive into the benefits of working in a space that's close to home but offers so much more than working from home. Let's get started with today's conversation. So today on the Caddo Convos is my new friend Hayley Rowlands with Caddo Office Reimagined, Frisco Westridge. She is the new manager of the building, right?
I am the building manager for our 10th location. We're expanding super fast. So it's the Frisco Westridge location. It's off the corner of Coit and Westridge. So
great location.
Absolutely.
And this has been developing for a while. And if you're listening a year from now, it's been open. It's been great. But it has been developing for a while and opens in November.
Yes.
And I, in Blue Mike Studios, Buddy Broyles in Blue Mike Studios, will be one of your first tenants. But you're already doing great there. Have a handful, 30 or so already signed up as of this date. And,
yes.
And tell me about it. Tell me about the process, the building process. What's got you excited about the grand opening, and what is the place like?
Okay, so first off, I'm so excited that you're going to be at Westridge,
Same.
and so we're going to have a great time there. And so I think the main thing with this building is the location of it. It's it's in Frisco, but it's also borders McKinney and Prosper and Plano and all the cities at once. So a lot of people come from, those different cities, but it's centralized. It's the central of, all of them together. And so, yeah, we've been rocking and rolling with leases and pre-leasing. And, we have the founder special, which is 20% off for the first 12 months. And we've got we've got a few spots left in that. And then we'll open November 17th. And so I think the main thing right now is it's been amazing to see how the construction has progressed over time. Every time I go, there is something new and beautiful and wonderful that they've done that I'm able to see. So it's been a really cool experience.
So you're new with Caddo Office Reimagined. Tell me about the onboarding process. Like, how did you meet everybody? How did that go?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a process, right?
It's always a process. Yeah. And so I am fairly new to the company. I started in beginning of August, and the onboarding process was just one of the coolest things. I'm new to this world, and the amount of stuff that I've learned over time has been crazy. And so, when I first walked in, it was kind of just like get up and go. There was training, and one of the coolest things that I've been doing is I've been bouncing around to all the locations. So if you lease in one of the other buildings, you've probably seen me around, but just learning from the building managers and learning how they do things and how they run things, and taking all of that and putting it into what Westridge is going to be, and how I can make it just as wonderful as the other buildings that Caddo currently has. And working with our CEOs, Tim, Justin, Dustin, it's been the coolest thing because they're so involved with everything about this company. They're at the construction site, they're at the networking events. They're so involved that it makes this process, that much more fun. And so, yeah, it's been one of the best jobs I've ever had, probably the best job I've ever had. And so I'm super happy here.
Tell me about the types of businesses that are going to be under your roof.
Yeah, so one of the cool things about Caddo is the variety of businesses that are in each location. And so, right now I've got technology people, I've got counselors, I've got notary, I've got a podcast, wonderful podcast studio coming in.
You may have heard of it. Yeah.
And so just a vast variety of things. And so one of the coolest things too, I think, is with the networking aspect of it, because in a building by itself, you can meet all of these people and connect and learn about each other and your businesses and how you can work together. And so I will say Westridge is a vast diversity of people.
That's great. And so Westridge is kind of in the middle of Frisco, right next to McKinney. Talk about this location versus the other locations.
So I think how this location kind of differs, or per se, is just it being in the central of all these cities. With our other locations, they're very very specific, I guess the word would be, to that location. Our Plano, it's in Plano, and our McKinney, it's in McKinney. But Westridge is kind of the oddball because it's in all of the cities. And so, it's actually funny because I've had to send out the boundary map to people because they're like, it's in McKinney. And I'm promise you it's in Frisco, but it's borders McKinney. And so I think that, and then also just the design of the building is what makes it different. It is stunning. And so one thing that I think that they've really done is they've tried to learn with every building that they've created, what can we do now? What can we do next? And so, some of the cool things that Westridge has that differs is, the one thing that they really were trying to incorporate is soundproofing. They made each room hotel level grade soundproofing. You can't hear a thing in the offices. So that's pretty cool. And then they have white noises playing throughout the hallways. And so one of my favorite things, which I'm very appreciative of, is the natural light that's in the building. So they tried really hard to make it as lit up as possible. And so from every window, you're able to see natural light. So even if, you have an interior office, if you look out your window, there'll be natural light pouring into your office. And so that's something that is really unique, is just the aspect of, it's going to be bright and lively. And so it's pretty cool.
And for people who are new to the concept of Caddo Office Reimagined, what are there's different membership levels. So let's go through those.
So there's two membership kind of levels that we offer right now. We have social membership and we have office memberships. And so with the social memberships, that kind of gives you access to our co-working spaces. And so in each building, we have areas designated for co-working. And so at Westridge, for example, we have a huge atrium that has couches and desks and booths and everywhere that you can use to work and have meetings and stuff like that. And so that allows you access to our co-working spaces. It also allows you access to our conference rooms. And also access to all of our locations. So just because you lease at Westridge doesn't mean you're stuck at Westridge. You can go to any of the other 9 locations 24/7, use the co-working spaces. It's kind of the same thing for office memberships. The only difference is with office memberships, you obviously have your own private office suite. And so it's a really cool concept to have, especially with, how businesses are today, small businesses and entrepreneurs. It's very much based for people just starting out in businesses, or, they've grown over time and they just, they need that private office space. And so with, we have month-to-month leasing, which is one of the most amazing things. So, if you are just starting out, or, your business is starting to take off, it gives you the opportunity to try out a private office space. We just ask that you give us 60 days. And then from there, we try really hard to make it so that, we help you grow and eventually outgrow us. And so that's kind of something cool that Caddo really, really tries to do.
And being a Caddo member, I've also witnessed, there are a lot of small businesses and
Right.
businesses are trying to go, but there are also large businesses
Yes.
that need a footprint in that specific area with, say, one office. Do you have any of those, or have you experienced any of those?
I do. We have a couple that are coming from, these big companies, and they're trying to expand to the DFW area. I actually had a phone call from somebody, and they're in Colorado, and they said, we're trying to expand to the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We need, 2 suites. Can we book through y'all? And we're like, yes, absolutely. Like, come get your suite. Like, it'll be great. And so, that's kind of a really cool market that we're in, is, we have these major companies that are trying to expand in the DFW area. And so they'll come in, and they're major companies, and they'll be from Colorado, San Antonio, Houston, and they'll start, taking up office spaces to expand to this area.
Yeah, that's really great. The one thing I witnessed the most is the decor. It is just,
my
this is
goodness.
high-end hotel level look. Tell me what we'll see at Westridge.
First of all, Kim Gill, our interior designer, she is amazing. I've already asked her, I think, 20 times to come do my own house because I was like, this is stunning. And so she just has this mind and gift for making a place feel welcoming and bright and excited to be there. And so the decor of Westridge, it's going to be, I am so excited. It's golf themed.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Uh-huh. So right next door to Westridge is actually Westridge Golf Course. And so, we're kind of working on a partnership with them. And so it's going to be golf themed. And so when you walk in the front lobby, we actually have a golf cart. It's vintage. We cannot ride it. I've already asked 30 times and I've been told no. But it's going to be golf themed and, it's very bright. I think the colors are orange and blue and green and it's very welcoming and also high end and elegant. And so it's when you walk in, I don't think I've met a person that's walked into a Caddo and not gone, wow, this is stunning. Like, look at how this looks. And so, yeah, it's gonna be so cool and beautiful. And so, golf is the theme.
It makes sense for that area for sure.
Yeah.
So for people who are on the fence about,
Right.
let's say they're working from home or they're just in some other office situation,
Right.
what would you tell them?
So what I would tell them, I would honestly just say, just try us out. And so just come in the doors and see this building and see what we can offer you. I think one of the main things is when you are working from home, not having a business address is kind of a downfall. And so with Caddo, you get, a business address, you get a business mailbox. So all of your business mail will come to a specific mailbox. And so you can get your business Google verified. And so that's kind of one of the main things. I would say just let us help you grow because that's what we're here for. And, if you have clients, one of the main things is, when clients come in, I'll be there Monday through Fridays, 9 to 5. I'll welcome your clients. We have a waiting area. I can help them to your office or, they can check in on the kiosk and get notified of where to go. And so it really is something that if you just walk in, you're hooked kind of thing. And so it's a really cool thing.
From your perspective, tell me about amenities for people who want to host in-person seminars or events in the space you have there.
Right. So if, you do want to host some sort of event, we have conference rooms, which are, they seat, my largest one seats anywhere from 18 to 22. And then our smaller ones seat about 6 to 10 people. And so it's really easy to book. We actually give you conference room credit. So if you have a private membership, a private office suite, you get about $400 a month. And then with social memberships, it's about $160 a month that we give to you every month. So it's not like you use it the one month and you lose it. No, it refreshes every single month. And you can book, through the app, book whenever you need it. And so our large conference rooms are about $40 an hour. Our smaller ones are $20 an hour. So that's 10 hours in a large conference room, 20 in a small. And so one of the cool things too is that Caddo doesn't allow outside people to book the conference rooms. That sounds terrible to say, outside people, but it's only members can book it. So, you're not competing with people who are just booking the conference room. It's strictly members. And I think so too, people have clients all over DFW. So you can book conference rooms for any location. So it's not just, you're stuck to Westridge. If you have clients in Lakewood, you can book the Lakewood conference room and have your conference there. And so it's a really cool thing, if you're into networking and hosting events or even hosting larger meetings, we have the space for it in our locations.
That's great. What's the favorite part about your job?
My favorite part, the people. Oh my goodness. I am a people person. And so actually I have a funny story. So today I met one of the people that I've leased at Westridge. I met them at the McKinney location and I was filling in and he comes walking in. We've never met face to face. We've only talked on the phone and, we've had conversations and he walks in and he's like, hey, I'm here to book the day office. And I was like, okay. And so we start talking and stuff. And he goes, and I said, well, what's your name? And he goes, Terrence. And I was like, okay. He's like, wait, Hayley? And I was like, oh my gosh, like we had been best friends for years. And so I think my favorite part is just meeting people and becoming like friends with these people. And so everybody that, has signed a lease with Westridge, I've talked to them and, just to see them every day is just such an amazing thing. And so even with the other buildings that I've been through, I've made friends and, built connections with these people. And so that's by far the best part of this job is the people.
That's terrific. And just seeing the energy you have, you're the right person for this job.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that so much.
Because you clearly enjoy it.
Oh, absolutely. And
that's
so,
great.
Yeah.
Well, we look forward to being there at Westridge and being part of the community, the growing community that is Caddo Office Reimagined.
Absolutely. So,
thanks for being here on the show today.
Thank you so much, buddy. I'll see you soon. I'll see you at Westridge soon.
You will.
Absolutely.
Thank you for joining us today on the Caddo Convos podcast. A huge shout out to our incredible network of members for making our community vibrant and supportive. If you're looking to boost your productivity and reduce the isolation of working from home, consider joining us at Caddo Office Reimagined. Our spaces are designed to meet your evolving needs, support remote work, and foster a sense of community that's hard to find at home. Whether you're a startup aiming for growth, a freelancer seeking a professional setting, or a company looking to optimize resources, Caddo offers a perfect blend of flexibility and innovation. By joining us, you'll be a part of a dynamic business ecosystem that helps you thrive. For more information, visit caddooffices.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time on Caddo Convos.